Hi both. So I'm just going through the bed exercise with you. So I've got two dogs with me at the moment. I've got Flint, who's my youngster, he's 18 months old, and then I've got my older dog who's 3 and he's on the bed. They're both black and white, so you might not be able to see the difference. What I'm doing at the moment is the other dog's over there on the bed. So what I'm doing is I am actually working and paying, let's get that back up again. I'm actually working and paying Tazzy for being on the bed over there, and then this is the one that I'm actually working. Flinty, good boy. Right, so we're going to start. So this is where we left off on Saturday. So we are stood right next to the bed. Flinty, good boy, come here baby. Good boy, I know, good boy, come here, sit. Good, that's nice. So we're right next to the bed and we're luring with our food and our on the nose, and we're luring on the bed as we put our bed cue on and then our down. Good boy. Feed a couple of times for that, and then we're going to release with an okay, or break, whatever words you want to use, as long as you're consistent with it. Good boy. Let me try that, show that one more time. Good boy, sit. The only reason I'm doing a sit is just because he's naturally going to go straight to the bed. Piece of food on the nose, lure him on your bed, down. Good boy, nice. Good. Good boy, Taz. Okay. Now I will skip a few, actually no, let's not skip a few steps, I'll show you. So now I've got nothing in my hand at all, it's all empty. So piece of food, no food on the nose, sorry, hand on the nose, on your bed, and I'm luring him with an empty hand down, and then I'm marking yes, and feeding. Good boy. Good lad, Tazzy. Good boy, Flint. Okay. Now we're going to minimise that to again, nothing in the hand, but rather than, if I come this way so you can see, Flinty, maybe just more of a flick of a finger. So on your bed, down. So they know that we've got nothing in the hand because our hand is open, but they've repeated it a few times, so they know that if they follow the hand, they get to go on the bed. So you've basically got luring with a piece of food in the hand, to no food but pretending you've got food in the hand, to maybe just more of a hand visual marker. So essentially they're following that hand. Okay. Good boy. Okay, now once we've got that, we're not going to move on any further until we've got that really, really good. I'm actually doubled over at the moment. You probably can't see the top half of my body. We want to make sure that we don't move on until we can fully stand and do it. So Flinty, sit. No, we didn't ask for that, did we? Good boy, sit. Come here, good boy, sit. Good boy, sit. So I've now stood upright. I could effectively have my hands in the air, but essentially I'm going to fold my arms and I'm going to ask, on your bed. Good boy. Notice that because I've rewarded him for lying down, he now knows that the bed cue actually now incorporates the down without me having to introduce that down cue. Good boy. Feed him loads because I'm happy he's here. Good man. That was a poor shot. Good boy, Tazzy. And then release. Okay. Good. So once we've got that, where I'm actually cueing him without the hand luring, now we can start taking a step back. Flinty, come here. Flinty, 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 Flinty. So, oh, good boy. He does a nice middle. Good boy, Taz. Good boy. So, that's quite far for your guys. I would be looking at more here. Maybe not quite that. So maybe more here. Sit. Good boy. Good. Now it might be you have to give a little bit of a helping hand. If it's a case of having to actually go back to luring the food, you've just moved on too quickly. So it might be you just need to do a little hand flick, but ideally we want to be able to stand upright at this point and literally have our hands folded again and say, on your bed, look at the bed, which is where we want him to be. That's not right, is it, puppy? What is that? That's not right. Come on, try again. Try again. Flinty, try again. Good boy. Come on, sit. On your bed. Down. Good boy. Nice. Good. Good boy, Taz. Good boy. So this is practicing your distance. Okay. Good boy. Nice. Flinty. Okay. All important release cue, remember? Let's build a bit of distance. Flinty. Flinty, come. Good boy, sit. And we go from there, I wonder. On your bed. Good boy. Oh, very good. Now notice that I'm not moving forward. So what I'm not doing is, Flinty, okay. Is when I cue him, sit. I'm not walking to the bed with him. I'm standing up back here. On your bed. Down. Nice. Good man. Nice. Good. Okay. Flinty. Okay. Taz. Okay. Tazzy. Okay. Good. Flint. On your bed. This one here. Good boy. Up. Up, dip. Good. Down. Nice. Good boy. Good. Right, let's work Taz a little bit. So I'm going to come a bit further away. Sit. Good boy. So I'm back here. Sit. Can you see him from there? Good boy. That's it. Good boy. On your bed. Taz, on your bed. He thinks we're doing something special. No, that's not what we want. Let's remind you. Sit. On your bed. Down. Nice. Good. So he just needed reminded because he's just been lying back there patiently waiting for his turn. So when I said on your bed, he was like, well, which one? Good boy. Okay. Nice. Good boy, Taz. Right, let's try that again. Taz. Sit. Good boy. On your bed. Down. Nice, good man, good. Good boy, so this is your distance. You're then going to increase that distance incrementally. So look at how far I've gone. Obviously I'm in a smaller room, but essentially what we're looking for is you being able to go from your, say your kitchen sink, I know I kind of made reference to that, your kitchen sink to like a bed in front of your sofa, for example. And what will happen is at some point, okay, and let me move into the kitchen. Good, on your bed. So he will offer something like that where he'll just lie down. He won't actually go on the bed because what I'm asking for him is he doesn't understand what I'm after. So we need to remind him, one, I've moved the bed to a different location. So when dogs don't generalise like we do, so as soon as you move it to a different location, we don't necessarily have to start all over again, but we certainly have to reduce down the parameters that we're expecting. Good boy, Tazzy. So let me just show you again what will happen with that. If we do it properly, he should then be able to go the distance that we want him to. Okay, Taz. Let's pop you back up here. Taz. Up here. Down. Good boy, stay there. Good boy, stay. Flint, come. Sit. On your bed. Down. Nice. Good boy. Good. That's it. Good. Good boy. Flinty. Okay. Nice. So we've done it once. We can come back a little bit further. Good boy, sit. On your bed. So again, I've moved it on far too quickly and he's gone and lay down right next to the camera. Flinty, come here. Flinty. He does know what I want him to do. Good boy. Sit. On your bed? Yes, good boy. What a clever boy. Nice work. Good. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Come. Good boy, Flinty. Come. Good boy, Flinty. Taz, off. Tazzy, off. Flint, come. Up. Good boy, lie down. Good boy. So the difference, Taz, come. The difference with an experienced dog, we're going to just quickly remind him. Sit. On your bed. Taz, on your bed. Good boy, down. Nice. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Taz, come. Let's see if he'll do it from here. Good boy, sit. Good boy. On your bed. On your bed. Good boy. Down. Good. Nice. Good boy. Good man, Flinty. Good boy, Taz. Good. Good boy. So once we've worked on that, we now need to work on duration. So remember what we talked about when we've got duration? We have got, so when we talk about our 3Ds, so we've got our duration, our distance, and our distractions. So we're not going to add in the distractions until we've got the duration and the distance sorted. So with your duration to start with is literally, good boy, Flint. Azzy, on your bed. Way down. Good. Is literally your duration is how long is he going to stay on that bed. So to start with, if we're working purely on duration, you might add in, you might say, okay, let's put a timer on my phone for 10 seconds. That might be too long. It might be that we need to do 1 or 2 seconds. These understand the exercise, so I can actually reward them for a little bit longer. Oh, whoopsie. Sorry, good boy. So these are actually used to being on their beds for lengthy periods of time when we practice agility. Okay, good boy, nice. Good boy, good boy. And then we're then going to have our distance. So on your bed. On your bed. Boy, good, nice. So we're building up our distance. So when we build up our distance, we then need to lower our duration. So notice that I'm kind of just going in and feeding every now and then for that bit of duration. And then obviously we're then building up the distance as a separate thing. So that's the 2. When we're then adding in our distractions, so for example, I'm going to open the fridge door. I don't know whether you could hear that, that's the fridge door opening. Good boy. He's super close to me, so we haven't got him miles away from me. So when you, we talked about that on Saturday, that when you're actually doing things around the front door, good boy, Flint, when you're actually doing things around the front door, we then, good boy, we then make sure that we pull the bed closer to the dog gate area that's going to be. Good boy, Taz. Good boy. So another one might be picking the food bowl. So handling the food bowl, that could be the distraction, and then we're paying him heavily for staying in that position there. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Flinty. Good boy. Nice work. Good. So hopefully that all makes sense. But give me a shout if you want to run through any of that again.